She never saw Star Wars before.
Really?
Heather's never seen any Star Wars.
It blows my mind to meet people that don't never seen Star Wars.
Wow, I was like, what?
And she thought it looked like a Sucklord movie?
She goes, it looks like Sucklord's movies. And I was like, yeah, like she was like, oh, the cutaways and all that stuff.
Alright, and we're back again for the Super Suck Hour, starring the Super fucking Sucklord and the Suckadelic crew. We're coming at you from Fuzhou, Chinatown in New York City. Tonight we have in the house, once again, the Super Suck Mom. Fucking special guest star and sponsor of the episode, Mr. Tone Tank. Yo! Once again, we have mysterious street dweller Cosby, pop culture enthusiast and entrepreneur Simeon Littman, and master of all swagginums, Nasty Neil. Oh!
Stunt on him!
Yeah, stunting on him. And welcome to the Super Suck Hour Clubhouse Edition. This is a stylistically divergent episode where we just sort of hang out, shoot the shit, bounce around, and Nasty Neil cooks us something to eat. But before we get into the deep, dark secrets of what this future endeavor holds, I have to give a shout out to all of my social media. We're on the Suck Hour at Suckadelic.com is the fucking email. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud at the Suck Hour. You can tell I'm sick of doing this shit. Hey, shut up!
Are you being snide?
There's a bunch of other shit I'm supposed to say at the beginning.
Underneath?
Nah, listen, if we need money, we need sponsors. We need all kinds of shit. There's a donate button. You saw that. If you've been listening to the show, you know we need money. Just send us money. It's on the fucking webpage. Just fucking do it. Disclaimer, none of this really happened. This is all bullshit. We're lying. We're full of shit.
Comedy writers.
Yeah, we're comedy writers, and this is just a comedy routine. So anything untoward that gets mentioned,
We're not liable.
yeah, we're not liable for shit. So fuck you. Let's start the show. Today's episode is brought to you by Tone Tank. Tone, what's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? We're
How
chilling.
we doing? How we doing? What's a tone tank?
What's a Tone Tank?
I'm a tone tank.
Ooh,
Tell us.
That's
What do you do?
I'm a tone tank.
Ma, interrogate him.
Yeah.
What is tank tone or tone tank? Which is it? Does tone tank or does tank tone? Tell me about tone tank.
I'm tone tank. I
Yeah,
am
I picked that up.
You're a rapper right now.
rapper.
You're a rapper.
Right now. Sometimes I play with the little toys like SUCKLORD does
He's a
too.
rapper.
Sometimes
He makes toys.
I make
He's
a
an
little resin
actor.
sometimes, you know. I've done a little acting.
He's a street artist, graffiti guy.
I'm more of a vandal these days. I'd rather just, write my name on things when the opportunity
He's
presents
sort of a
itself.
sensitive, intellectual knucklehead.
At the same time, yes, everything.
Yeah.
Everything is everything, you know?
This is a man who was once on television for having beaten a man with a mini bat in a steroid rage on the Long Island Railroad.
really?
So you've come a long way, baby.
That was before. I didn't do
you're an
steroids at that point in time. I was not on steroids at that point in time when that happened. But when
But
they
you know
filmed
what
it
I'm saying.
after, I had done a little Sestanon.
Yeah, and he's like the judge
made that
found him
toy with the
guilty
steroid in
of
it, right?
of beating someone on the
What's
Long Island Railroad, and they ask if he's sorry. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't hit him again because he walked away. And everyone ganged up on me like they always do.
Yeah, a little victim complex.
Yeah, but you're doing fine now. And whatever.
Chilling now, man.
Chilling is how you would describe your current
Yeah.
status. You got a tape out, and you got a nice cushy union job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are you union?
yeah.
What union are you?
Whoa. You're asking a lot of fucking questions there, cause for a guy who covers his fucking face, you can't even see his face. He wants to know what local I'm in. Who's your business agent? Chill out, man.
How much money you got in the bank?
Hey,
Yeah, what's your pension right now?
Before this episode is over, we're going to strip him naked.
Oh shit, except the mask.
Yeah, leave the mask on.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Sorry, we just suddenly felt like roasting you a little bit. But
I
that's-
can handle
You
it,
can
man.
fucking
I'm not gonna
you can
fold under
fucking-
questioning.
No, you know that we're all friends here, and we're just trying to fucking create some quality entertainment for people out
don't
there in the
know
world.
anything.
Yeah, people who don't know shit to enjoy.
I'd like to give a shout out to our
They keep it
man.
cool and hot, right?
Yeah, who do you got?
I'd like to give a shout out to Simeon right here.
Why? What did he
I don't
do?
know if you noticed, you're one of the first people maybe the first person to ever buy the figures I put out. When I put out the Beast Hombre joint, you were like one of the first names. And I remembered, I was like,
fucking phenomenal figure.
I was like, Simeon Lippman. I was like, I wonder what kind of person this guy is. And I sent it out, and here he is, man. So thanks for that, man.
You're
I was so
welcome.
psyched. I couldn't
You're
believe.
welcome, 'cause
I
that's one
couldn't
of my
believe.
guys.
I couldn't believe people were actually buying the shit. I was like, I was just making this stuff because I was like, wouldn't it be cool to make this stuff? Maybe you make some money, but it would just be cool to make it. And then they flew out. I couldn't make them quick enough.
Right. They're all
Hey.
great.
You were pretty legit in the toy world the second you came in it.
Well,
Like-
I'd like to think I'm
Very
legit in the world. So any world
That
I
usually
know is the
translates-
same world.
that
It
translates.
transfers over, you know?
Yeah, no shit.
But I'm not, I didn't really fully dive into that whole thing, the scene.
Why would you?
Because, once you do, the thing owns you. I'd rather come and go as I please, Why
Oh,
make,
you have no masters in this world. Is that what you're
why,
saying?
why make one
A
scene...
masterless man.
Stun on
Yeah.
him.
Why make one scene unhappy when I can make so many scenes happy at one time? What did he say about women? Why make one woman so happy when you can make... No, one
Why
woman...
make unhappy?
Yeah, when you can make so many women happy.
Yeah, you may either make one miserable or please
Yeah.
them all.
Yeah, I'm saying that.
Okay,
loosely,
with all
loosely.
the art disciplines that exist in the world.
Or anything.
Currently, you're a rapper. The first time I ever heard you rap was when I heard I didn't think I even know you that well, but I had this CD called The King of Surf Guitar Rap.
Yeah, you didn't know me at all.
I had knew who you were because I'd seen your Scum Life stickers around, and I had some loose association with you. I think you gave that to me maybe the first time you came to visit me for counsel when you were getting into the toy game.
Yeah.
You were very respectful. You came at me like a man.
You have to kiss his hand.
No, it wasn't like that, but he came. He showed the proper respect, and I knew he was a man of respect, and he came in, and I
We're
knew,
Italians, we know respect.
he would be
Yeah.
a good guy to know.
And have I
knew
ever
he
come any less disrespect, any
You've
less
come correct
any
from-
less
you've-
respectful
You've come correct 100
from day
since I
one?
know
Respectful from day
you. And
one,
you make
man.
me want to live up to the same standard.
I got mad respect for you.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, I remember
That
I
makes
was
me feel
I was
special.
selling that Scum Life. I made that was a brand I
That
had.
was T-shirts and
Till
shit.
like
right?
everybody's friggin' corny nephew had a brand and everything. I had a brand Scum Life, and I was selling it in a store called Coat of Arms over there.
Yeah.
And I was telling the guy,
Everybody ran shit through Coat of
the
Arms
guy
at one
Brian was a real cool guy, Brian Procell, real cool guy, and I was talking to him about how I wanted to make this. The first figure I was gonna make was gonna be the Skinhead Panthro. I didn't even want to make figures. I just wanted to make that figure because I was like, that needs to exist. Nobody realizes that Panthro was a black skinhead, a non-racist black skinhead. I'm like, this toy needs to exist. So then I go research how to make toys. I never had any interest in making toys that much until then.
That's usually how it starts.
I was like, this one toy needs to exist. I priced it out. In China and Japan, they're like, yeah, you have to make 10,000 of them. I'm like, get out of here, you're bugging. So I said, I need to learn how to do a very bootleg version of this. And so I go about it myself. I get the molds and everything. I already start that. And then I tell Brian about it. He says, you need to give a shout to this guy. So, the Sucklord, I'm referencing. So I sent him an email. Usually if somebody's like, you have to check this guy out, he's doing a similar thing, I'm going to get pissed when I look at that person's site. You know what I mean? But I looked at your site, and the stuff was just so dope and so real, it spoke to me.
And
that
I didn't
I
have no
couldn't hate
Panthro
on it at all.
skinheads. And there were no Panthro skinheads on
I
it. so
couldn't
we were
hate,
cool.
yeah, and he had no Skinhead Panthros on it. And honestly, that's how my life has been, man. I look at somebody's art. If their art speaks to me, it's like I'm already friends with that person. It's like a communication that we didn't even have that yet. I knew the same about the way Cosby's art looked. I'm like, I'm gonna be friends with this guy.
I mean, that's
I'm
kind of
like, he's a little kooky and shit. And he don't listen to me the time when I'm talking sometimes, man. He can't listen. I can't tell you that he's even can repeat back to me 4 of the things I've ever said to him. But his art speaks to me, and I know that we're friends because of that. You know?
My favorite thing was when you came over to my studio. Remember? You told me I paint like a caveman or something.
Well, you weren't painting. You took a Snapple cap with and poured fruit punch into it with a cigarette butt and then smeared it on your canvas as we were talking. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me. And you wasn't trying to impress and be all fucking ironic and avant-garde about it.
I
You
mean,
was
I
just
had the
really
same
moving
kind
like
of
that.
experience when I heard your record. That was like really the first excursion into your mind was listening to King of Surf Guitar Rap, which is it's like a short little record. It's like 5 songs,
Like
right?
8 minutes.
8 minutes
4
long or
songs.
something like that, of just like this completely realized character, this weird like half sea monster, half like beach bum surfer guy living on the beach and terrorizing people, and it's all done in rap over like surf guitar, like Dick Dale shit, like real
Ventures, Dick
dusty
Dale.
surf music, and he's rapping about. I can't even do it justice, but it's just so convincing because you're a character, you're this particular thing, and it's just so completely consistent with incredible lyrics and just like so convincing. Like, yes, there should not be a thing as surf guitar rap because it doesn't make any sense. And then you listen to this album and they're like, I can't believe it's so short. You know, like this is a genre now. But anyway, that was my first experience with you, and I've listened to a lot of your other shit, like Tone Tank for Borough President is great. You know, I love those concept songs where you're like rapping. You're rapping as like a guy running for borough president of Brooklyn. And that's funnier. That's way funnier to me than some dickhole just coming up there and just saying whatever. Like, you create worlds with your songs, and I think that's why it makes the toy thing relatable. And you have this new record now called One-Offs and One-Upmanships, and it actually comes with a figure, different, like, of the vinyl record has a figure on it or something.
No, it doesn't come with a figure.
But there's a figure that has a
There's a
companion
figure that is attached to this album.
What's going on this album? I haven't heard it yet because I don't have a fucking cassette player.
Well, just download the digital
Who's
and
got
then
time
hang
for that
that
shit?
up.
All right. Well, what's
You
going
know,
on this record?
Well,
What is this
21
record?
tracks.
What's it about?
You know, it would help if you had listened to the record before you have the guy whose record is on.
I didn't know you were
on
fucking
the
coming.
show.
I was gonna do this next week, and you just showed up, you know, and fucking decided this was what we were doing. So I'm sorry, I haven't heard the record yet. I'll give my review next time. You don't have to go too deep into it. Just plug it. Like,
Well,
like
it's
why
20
should somebody
it's a
buy
21
this fucking thing?
It's a 21 song venture, and this is like the essential Tone Tank right here. It's like the past 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years. I don't know. It just got funky, and I couldn't really put nothing out. I was making all these
It
songs
got
with these
funky. What does that mean?
Life.
Okay.
Life. Putting music out. Putting anything
It's
out.
hard to make money putting music
Just-
out.
It just wasn't even about that. Just everything got crazy, and I couldn't put nothing out. But I was making all this music with different producers, and like we said, like my projects beforehand have been so focused. It's either been with one producer or one concept. Like the Black Six sessions was all punk samples and hardcore breaks.
Right.
The surf guitar was all surf. The Scott and Tone was all Scott Thorough beats. And then I did a bunch of features and one-off songs. One-offs. And one-upmanships.
Got it.
Hence the name of
So is
the
this
album.
this more
One-offs
like
and
more like your
one-upmanships.
White Album? Like it's sort of like a bunch of different.
Like racially speaking?
No, like the Beatles record. That was their most sort of fragmented album, you know, where like all the songs were from different places with different lineups and
Yeah,
different
but it's
styles.
somehow...
you know, and
I didn't
somehow
realize I was
cohesive.
working on this album, but it's strangely cohesive. Says how I feel.
Says
then
you,
a lot of
reviewing your
people-
own album.
Well, we could have asked your opinion if you
If
opened
you'd
it
come
and
on the
listened to
show
it.
when you were fucking scheduled instead of just barging
I
in.
didn't. Hey, I didn't ask to be here.
But somehow
That was
you
my
are.
fault.
So
I did not
All right.
ask to be here.
I love
We will go-
spontaneity.
I will listen. I want to listen to the fucking record, and I will, and we'll talk about that in the future. This whole episode isn't about your album. This album is sponsoring the episode. We'll do the review.
Yeah.
another
So
time.
it's
Where can I
basically-
buy this fucking thing?
You could buy this at TONETANK.NYC.
Is that a fact?
TONETANK.NYC.
Is that
yeah.
the cool guy thing now to have the NYC
No, it's because some dickhead.
has
He fucking
ToneTank.com?
has TONETANK.com since 2006. And I'm like, yo, I'm curious, man. I write him. I'm like, hey, bud, just curious. What are you gonna do with this TONETANK.com? Like, I'm Tone Tank. I'm not really haven't heard of any other Tone Tanks or anything. He says it's a tank for ringtones. It's a ringtone tank. But like,
The
who
fuck
buys
does that mean?
ringtones?
And who
Like,
and
he
puts
was
them in
gonna
a
sell
tank? I don't get it.
ringtones off of his
crazy.
site, but like you could just put a song on your phone, like an MP3, and then like assign that to be your nobody's gonna buy a ringtone, but the dude is still sitting on it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
So
at
it's
this point.
ToneTank.NYC.
You could always get ToneTankNYC.com. That's something people
That's
do.
cool.
That's
Whatever.
whack,
Why
right?
just
Who
not
gives a
do
fuck?
whatever.
It doesn't matter.
You know, TONETANK.NYC.
It doesn't fucking matter. Well, it's great to have you here.
Can I get a beer?
Why don't you go get up and get the fucking beer? Because I'm trying to host a show here. Neil,
What's that?
you've been awful quiet today.
I'm just listening to everybody, you know?
Okay, well, what makes this episode special is it's one of the ones where Neil cooks some food. So,
That's gonna be I can't wait for you guys
How
to
did
try
you
the
get
shit.
to be the one?
I can't wait for you guys to try the shit because
he's a fucking chef.
yeah, and this is my own recipe: honey ginger chicken tacos. It's gonna blow your fucking mind.
I mean, aside, let's.
We need slow motion expressions
I feel
after
we've
when
been
you edit.
sitting here for a while doing our thing, and everyone's had a chance to shine, and you've been quietly playing the role, background guy, laughing at the jokes at the right time, being cool, not making a scene and everything, and that's great. But there's just so much to you, and I just feel like blowing a little smoke up your ass before we like really get into this thing, because hey, let's be honest, this is like, I know a lot of motherfuckers in this world. I know all kinds of funny people. I got friends up my ass. I got more friends than I know what to do with. Fuck my friends. There's too many of them. I got beautiful people lining up down the block to chill with me. So when I do an event like this,
Not after this ass.
when I do something like this, when it's an intimate environment and I have to be sort of choosy about who I pick to be around me when I do the thing that I do, and lo and behold, here you are. One of an elite few who is on the board of directors, sitting here at the table, about to put forth all his talents, to make this world, and more specifically my world, a better place. So, aside from your incredible swag, I mean, I've never seen somebody just so consistently well-dressed, and what I mean by, like, every last detail is curated, from the tongue of the sneaker to the fucking position of the brim on the hat and the glasses and the face. Even the face matches the clothes, and it's just like, it's an incredible presentation. Yeah, you like to stun on them, and you have a style all your own, because most people cannot get away with wearing the shit that you wear. Like, sometimes I see some of these things that you put out, these loud shirts with just these ridiculous things on them, absurdity. Like, he shows up at a fucking party with a pink shirt with just a print of giant pills all over it. This was years ago. That's when I first realized how swagging you were, because I realized, like, that looks really good on him, but if anyone else tried to pull that off, it would be the fucking dumbest thing ever. You're like, if you wore that shirt,
Everybody tells me that too. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I think if you just told yourself, yeah, this is dope, it's dope.
yeah, but the thing is, it's all natural to you. You don't think about this shit. You just know what you like, and you fucking go for it.
Yeah.
And that's fucking huge. And let me continue.
Now I know why I love looking at you. He put it all together. You are visual. You are a very visual guy. You're good to look
awesome.
at.
How magnificent you are. You like this, don't you?
Hell yeah.
Are you enjoying this?
I love it.
He's really fucking good on Snapchat. This guy is entertaining. He's funny. He's got jokes. He's an improver. The guy's an improver. He makes dope beats, and he's kind of can rap too. He can kind of rap. He can rap. He can rap a little bit. He can rap a little bit. He's great. And I hear he's got a good cock and he fucks good. This guy wrecks bitches. This guy goes through women. He tears them up. He doesn't give a fuck. He'll fuck some girl, go on Snapchat and be like, she was whack. Like, he doesn't give a fuck.
Nah, I don't do that.
You sort of do that. You dance around it. You don't directly do it, but you put shit on blast. And we like that about you. Don't ever change. He's incredible at everything he does. But today, he's here because he's going to cook some fucking food for us. That's what is this final swagging piece. The final swagging piece. Like, you could be all that dope shit that I already said you were, and everyone agreed you were, and that'd be fine, but it'd still be kind of a flat two-dimensional picture of somebody. But the fact that you fucking know how to cook, and that you make some fly-ass shit like it was nothing, that's what makes you three-dimensional. And that's the thing I feel like I can exploit you for the most. So
Everybody loves food.
everybody loves to eat. It's the universal language. So part of these Clubhouse episodes is, you're not going to get your cock sucked every time, but part of these episodes is that Neil is going to cook something for us. So before you start cooking and start shutting the fuck up, You're gonna tell us what you're gonna make in great detail.
All right, so when I went to Portland, I had like a Korean taco. It was like it was called bulgogi beef, but it was it's the first time I ever had it. So when I moved back from there, I tried to replicate that.
What is that? The taco with the short rib and the kimchi on it, right?
No kimchi.
No kimchi on it. It was like the
Bulgogi is like
it's the
I don't know,
Korean
it's like
short
a
rib
recipe
shit,
with
right?
like honey and.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
so when I tried replicating it, and I just came up with the honey ginger chicken taco, which it's gonna be on a corn tortilla.
Well, you don't really fucking do recipes. You just make shit up, right? You just design.
No, I mean the recipe's in my head.
No, but I mean you design your own stuff. You don't go to a cookbook and be like, oh.
Well, sometimes if I never but say tripe, I never tried cooking it before. Looked up a recipe, cooked it. First time it came out fucking incredible.
But all your best shit is your free ball and shit, right?
Yeah.
Just say yes. Just say everything
sure.
I cook for you is my own design.
I watch a lot. I like gaining knowledge. I learn tips, and that's all I watch now.
So this shit better be amazing because
telling
you've
you.
hyped it up pretty good. All right, so
I know you're not gonna think it's whack. I'm not even worried.
Okay, so why don't you get started on that? All right, so now this is just sort of like the freestyle thing because it's probably gonna take you what, like fucking half an hour to cook this shit up?
Maybe hopefully a little short.
Take your time because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I have topics I want to bring up, but if anybody wants to bring anything to the table, otherwise I do have some interesting news about some of my comings and goings. Anybody?
You.
Anybody?
We're all here to listen to you.
Okay, good. You guys are all welcome to chime in, but this is also a topic that we need to address. One aspect of this program that I was attempting to do was to, not only have it be about toys and nerd stuff, but to have it be about one's personal life, and by that I mean sort of the nitty-gritty details.
Oh, all right. SUCKLORD wants to talk about sex.
I'm jealous of your sex life
First
right
of
now.
all, good,
What?
I can relax now.
What do you mean, where are the tortillas? I don't know where the fucking tortillas are. You didn't bring any tortillas?
Somebody better go get some tortillas.
Cosby, go buy tortillas.
Okay.
They probably have them at the bodega
Yeah. I'm gonna
on the
go
corner.
get tortillas.
Okay, fine. That's your mission.
I'll be back.
You're not in the other room.
Did you look before we send the motherfucker out on the streets?
Yes, we have no tortillas. We have no tortillas today. We'll have to eat from our hands.
How do you feel having
Yes,
fucked up like that? Are they
share
in your
your
car,
feelings.
maybe?
No, everything was.
You look like you have
And they're not in the bin.
deep distress.
Where's the bin?
How does that make you feel? This is like your big day. You're gonna be all like, oh, I'm gonna fuck all these motherfuckers up and make this fly ass food. Boom! And like the second you step out, it's like, it's like,
This
nah.
is the story of my fucking
The
life, man.
basic most shit is just.
Well, that's
out.
what makes it fun.
You're just asked the fuck out, Neil. That's too bad. So we're just gonna have to compensate for all of
So
this
Morgan
shit.
will talk about his dick some more.
Okay, so listen, I was like, nah, but I do want to talk about that kind of stuff too. And it's like part of doing this show was giving me some excuse to do some sexual exploration because I feel like if it's not worth talking about, then it's not worth doing. And I making a point to go out and try to have some adventures. So we hit up a couple of sex clubs, and things happen there.
Yes.
Yeah, no, okay. I spent the whole summer not fucking anybody because we were gonna do this whole show, and I was gonna go on the fucking Tinders, and I was gonna like start my sex life from zero and be like, when the show starts, we're gonna build it up from there. And then we had a car crash with the fucking show. We couldn't do the show, and it's like, shit, I stayed a virgin for like 4 months, to like reboot my sex life. So when the show started, I was like at square one, and people can like follow the progress. Whatever. So the fucking show fucked up, and then all of a sudden
And he
I
was
just started
stuck with
getting
it,
pussy everywhere. Like I deliberately kept that shit at bay, and then all of a sudden the show crashed, and then all this stuff started happening. And it was like, fuck, why aren't we filming any of this crap? So now I have to go back and do the stupid recap shit, which just isn't as exciting, But we had like a sort of like an autumn of cocaine and sex party adventure. You were actually here for one sort of strange night, I believe, where
Pretty wild.
there was some
Pretty weird.
There was some shibari not tying. There was a couple of
Is that what
women.
it's called, shibari?
Yeah, there was a couple of women in bondage we had. This was after the Toy Lords premiere.
Wait, what's shibari? I'm sorry.
Shibari
I'm
is
sorry. What's shibari?
Shibari is that like fancy, elegant, like knot tying Japanese
tie
knot
up the
tying
girl,
shit
you
for
know,
like the
all that
bondage.
weird
You see the
positions
girls
and
bound
all
up
the
with these
fancy-
really nice, beautiful knots. And we had some guy come over here and tie up
this guy
some of the
came
girls.
with a bunny head and like a white Jesus, like real loose outfit, you know, like
Was it like a leather bunny head?
No, he was wearing like a
it was like
cotton
real-
bunny outfit.
Yeah.
He was wearing a bunny outfit. I forgot
that's what
about
it
that. Maybe he was
you
wearing
forget
like
the bunny
he was
outfit?
wearing like a yoga outfit,
like
a
a
yoga
yoga-
outfit, like a white or
with a
pale
bunny
blue
head.
yoga outfit with like bunny ears, and he comes with this bag full of bondage gear, and starts fucking tying people up. And it was light, it was like kind of over the clothes and shit for the most
Why
part.
did you need somebody else to come tie people
I don't know
up?
how to do that stuff.
I know knots.
You know, like
What,
sailors
you king of
knots.
tying knots,
But I
tying
get it.
You're
bows?
like
I
a
could've taught- I
longshoreman,
could've taught you
man.
some
You're not
knots.
like this is elegant
I
Japanese
could be
shit.
elegant.
It's like
Don't
a
let you
tea
be,
ceremony.
It just so
I feel
happened.
like you're judging me by my accent.
No.
Like I could be elegant.
It's more by your jacket.
I read.
I'm judging you by your
I read.
jacket. That looks. Yeah, I know you read.
I
You're,
read.
but you look like a guy that like fucking lifts heavy shit onto boats.
Yo, some girls are heavy.
And some girls
Some
like
girls
that.
are bigger
look.
than others. Morrissey said it, right?
Some girls like that shit. It wasn't like we sought out a guy to do this. It just
It's
so
just
happened.
weird that like you're like, yo, I got all these girls.
It
And
wasn't
then you're
like
like,
that.
let's call a guy that
Nah,
we
it
don't
wasn't-
know.
it
That's just a
wasn't-
weird.
it didn't know. It
That's
was-
like part that doesn't enter my mind
It
when I'm
wasn't
like
like
rounding up
that.
girls.
It wasn't like
It's like,
that.
now let's call a guy
No,
we
it-
don't know and
dude,
get him in
can
here.
I-
I'd be like, yo, who knows how to tie
didn't
knots?
call
Yo,
him, we didn't even
Tone
know.
knows a few knots. Hey, come over.
It wasn't like that.
girls
It was
called
spontaneous. Yeah, it was
more
just
girls
we
than-
happened
They
to
had
be.
their own knot guy?
We were hanging out
Where
on
did
this
you know
scene
these
for a
girls
minute.
from?
I'm trying to tell you, we were going to some sex parties. We went to we started following these like Facebook groups. Me and some friends of mine, female friends, started following these groups on Facebook and going to some of these little mixers where things go on, and we made a few friends. We went to like couple makeout parties, and then we went to some full-on fuck parties, and we made a few friends, and then that bled over into our everyday life where, people were coming over here that we were, playing around with, and shit got a little loosey-goosey. And, I got my dick sucked a couple of times, and, there was a little partner swapping and stuff like that going on, mild shit, but it was fucking great. And then there was some other occurrences that I can't go into for legal reasons, even though we did give the disclaimer at the beginning of the show. But as soon as like the fucking podcast started up again, my sex life stopped. Like as soon as we started doing this shit, like all that fun stuff just came to a complete abrupt end, and all the pussy that I had going on just completely dried up. So I'm like back at square one. I've been on Tinder for fucking 3 months thinking that was going to be some section on this show, like, oh, we're going to get into all this fucked up Tinder adventures and then come on here and dish all the dirt, and there has not been one.
Yeah, you know what's kind of funny about Tinder? It just, I could be totally wrong, but my girl has friends, and I hear what they, since I'm just around, I'm like a fly on the wall when they're talking.
Right, and
shit.
you're in a committed relationship,
Yeah, they don't.
so why would you need
I
that?
fucking don't even exist, right? So, but when I hear guys talk about Tinder, they're like, yeah, so I was fucking banging this girl off Tinder. I hear some girls talk about Tinder, they're like, yeah, I'm seeing this guy off Tinder. I don't know, he's pretty cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
But that's guys and girls in general. That's not
yeah,
just
I'm just
Tinder.
saying, it's a different thing. It's just a different.
I don't know. I'm not
I just
participating.
found it interesting that like a guy will be like, yeah, I'm banging all these girls off Tinder, and then a girl will generally be talking about like kind of like, I'm getting in trouble here because I'm generalized, and generally it's bad to generalize, but this is what I see. I rap about the shit I see, and I see girls being like, yeah, I'm seeing some guy off Tinder. It's just a different vernacular.
But it's the
you know
same.
what I mean? It's a
no,
different
it's not.
vocabulary.
It's
Yeah,
not.
it is. Yeah, it
it's
is.
the same shit. It's like girls wanting relationships and guys wanting to just fuck as
That's
many
what I'm
girls as
saying.
possible.
So
but
it's
that's
different.
always been the case. It's just
But I'm
doing
saying
it.
Tinder
you're
seems
just
like it could be this. I'm not on it. I've been up in a thing for like 6 years, 5 years in a relationship. So
well,
I ain't
I'm
on it.
fucking
but-
done with that shit.
but-
Yo,
well, good
all
for
girls
you.
doing the same shit as guys.
Yeah, everybody's fucking everybody. I'm done with being in relationships. That shit is
It
fucking
just, I'm
tired.
saying it's no different than the regular world.
No,
Except you swipe different ways.
Well, you know what though? To be honest with you, like shit seems to be like way more open than it was. Like I think people in general seem to be a lot less secretive about what they got going on with Instagram and all this shit and Snapchat. I put scandalous shit. I see scandalous shit on there all the time. I got girls I don't even know. I meet a girl like one time and we hit it off. And next thing, my phone is just getting bombed with like naked pictures of her, which is fine. I appreciate that, but people don't give a fuck. Like there was a time when you even had to be discreet about that shit. Now people are like, yeah, go ahead, send my picture to like sexy Asians on Instagram. Yeah, I want my shit out there. Here's a bunch of nudes. Fucking show your friends. So it's like, I don't know, at least that's the world that I'm experiencing right now, and I just feel like it's fine. It's like everybody needs to stop being so fucking uptight. Everybody's a disgusting dirtbag and just wants to fuck all the time, right, Ma?
And you talk about this in front of your mommy?
You know what time it is.
That's true.
Come on, this is your fault.
This is now we get to the good bit. My fault.
I recall,
Always the mother's fault.
aside from the fact that you had a S&M business, which is a topic from another day, you were so
It was all
indulgent.
business.
It was all business. You were very indulgent, 12 years old, sick home from school, miserable. Ma, go downstairs and buy me the new Hustler. You know, and you would go down and buy me Hustler magazine.
Well,
Anything
to
any
keep you quiet.
any pornography that I wanted, I got. Did you get the tortillas?
Yeah, you don't know what I had to go through to get these tortillas.
Let's hear the story.
On Canal
Come
Street.
here.
Put the beer in the fridge and tell us the tale of the tortillas.
See if maybe
You bought 'em from
Jesus'
Chinese
face
people?
is on the
For the
tortilla.
moose.
Yeah, is
I was gonna
Jesus'
say-
fucking
Yeah, we
face?
want Jesus'
Yo, we
face
need a lot
on
more
the
than this.
tortilla.
These are not. Wait,
Those shits are huge, bro. Yo, them shits.
You
You're
don't know
just
how,
gonna have to deal with it, man.
You know how you gotta get street with that because you
Dude,
don't know how
you're
hard
gonna have
it
to
is.
improvise. You're such a great cook, man. Improvise, man.
Get
You didn't bring
creative.
your own fucking tortillas. You
One of
gotta
those is
deal
like
with what you
5
got.
tortillas.
Make a burrito instead of a taco.
Have you ever found a
Make a
tortilla?
fucking quesadilla.
Yeah, whatever. Make something, wise guy.
I had to go buy.
You got 3.
But they're huge.
Jimmy, cut them in
They're
half. You
fucking
got 6.
They're huge. They're like the size of a small pizza.
Dude, you just gotta work with it, man. I have utter faith in you that you're gonna do something passable with that stuff.
You
No,
need
this
to.
is an opportunity.
Yeah, imagine if you were like imagine if you were on like Chopped and they gave you some
Yeah.
random ass
Alright,
shit.
alright.
You
Something
should
be
stop.
fucking awesome.
You should
You
stop
get
fucking
3 tortillas
Make
from the
cones,
bodega
roll
on
'em into
Canal
cones.
Street.
All right, where the fuck were we?
Oh, are those wraps?
Those are straight up.
Or are those
wraps.
from Chinese?
Those are wraps.
Oh. I thought you had the mushu.
Oh, that's
I thought you had the mushu tortillas.
that's
I'm
a
like, that
mushu
makes
pancake.
sense.
See, now it's official. We got the fucking ginger chicken mushu.
It's
a
not.
mushu
It's
go-
not. It's a
guy.
wrap. You got it from Bodega.
This whole fucking thing is a wrap.
Do you want to lie about it? Yeah, it's a mushu pancake. They can't tell. They can't tell. Mushu pancakes, everybody.
Okay.
Live from Chinatown. It fits
What
with
did
the
I
whole
miss?
shit.
What I missed? What I missed?
We were just talking about trying to talk about dirty things, and I'm trying to pin my perversions on my mother is the latest
It's all
exercise.
my fault. It's all my fault.
I
It's
am
always the mother's fault.
I'm so jealous
right,
of this
blame
guy's
me.
sex
Tell
life
us.
right now. I mean,
What?
I've been coming over and he's been telling me all these, showing me all these photos, videos. I mean, the things.
I've been catching it hot lately. I've been doing well. I don't know if you remember me when I was a younger person. I was miserable when it came to women.
do I remember?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry I put you through that
That
shit.
misery shit routine.
I sucked with girls for some reason. I don't know why. I just was sucked with girls. Like I didn't lose my virginity until I was 20. And I had like so many problems just getting any kind of satisfaction. And now as an older man, things come to me a little easier and some scandalous shit's been happening and we'll get into it as necessary, but it's really weird. But
If you could say anything to that young boy that you used to be, what would you say right now, man?
Patience.
do you know how often I ask that question about a myriad of topics? And
Because there is that kid who's out there right now listening,
I don't
and you're
think-
all he's got, man.
I'm sure there's plenty of things I could say, but I ultimately think that probably I don't think that kid was persuadable. Even if a version of himself came from the future and tried to set him straight, when you're that age, when you're in high school, you're a teenager, you're so set in your ways of thinking that like stone cold reality and logic will not persuade you. You're just in that teenage mindset, and even a vision of myself from the future might not enable me to do anything
So that's
differently.
what you want to tell the kid. that's sitting home miserable. He's not
No.
persuadable.
I mean, I
That's
wouldn't
what you
give him
wanna tell
any.
him?
But yeah, your brain isn't developed.
I probably would just say, listen, kid, you're gonna get everything you want, so don't worry about it.
Have patience.
But I wouldn't give him any tips because
I'm
Because that
married
would
now.
spoil it.
he wouldn't listen. Or he wouldn't know how to enact the tips because he couldn't have been the person. Like, I had to become fly before I could do fly shit. So if you tell someone who's not fly, do something fly, it's not going to be fly, right?
Absolutely.
Sorry
right.
for using the word fly so much, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm married now, so
What?
like I have to live through
Nothing.
you.
But I'm just saying, it's not about what you do that gets results. It's who you are when you're doing it to a large extent. And if you're not that person yet, it doesn't matter if you know what to do because you're still going to suck at it.
I just wanted you to tell the kids something uplifting.
What would you
for the
tell
children.
your younger self?
Baseball bats. If you can't beat them up, just baseball bats.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Great equalizer.
Yeah. Hammers.
Okay, so what's then? You've had
We're
success.
Italian. We go from baseball bats.
Yes.
So
Hey,
then,
cheers.
what's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
what's the biggest like
He said that so
advantage gap
serious.
that you bridge with a bat? Like how many
Well,
more?
not anymore.
how much-
I'm not in that.
No, but
I'm
I'm
not
just
in
saying,
that
just
state
like in
of
your-
life anymore.
Your
where
most
where I
greatest,
need
but
to really
you
get on
you
some
fucking
physical
brought
shit.
it up. So then you wasted your
The
advice.
little kid.
The little
kid. Yeah.
Why? Because you got beat up a lot.
Got beat up enough, man. It was a tense time. You know what I mean?
It
It
took
was
a while
scary.
for you to
It
understand
was
the
scary.
equalizer.
Yeah, it took a minute. Baseball bats. That's what I would tell him.
Now everything's
He'd
easy.
be like, what do I
That
do? This kid wants to
really-
beat me up. I didn't do nothing to him. I'd be like, baseball bat.
You know, I'm a little. That's depressing.
Well,
I
what
thought-
what the fuck were your fucking words of genius? You had no inspiring
you're
words at all.
advocating
On
this.
his
You're
side.
advocating this kid to do violence. Didn't you? Why don't you tell
Well,
him like
the
don't
younger
fight?
me.
I would have told you that if anybody bullied you. I would
Yeah.
have said, go get a baseball bat.
You didn't have to because you would fight my battles for me.
I never fought a battle.
Oh, you want to bet?
So that's what
Who
you want to
did
put
I
out
hit?
there?
There was.
All right,
Have your
all right,
mom
he's
fight your
gonna
battles
tell-
with baseball
He's
bats.
gonna tell his
Here's the
favorite story.
fucking tale. When we used to fucking hang out in Brooklyn Heights on fucking Warren Street
Yes.
with your friend, and I was friends with your friend's son, and we used to play in the street. Our little
And
Star
I made
Wars.
whips and chains.
Yes, this was
and-
this was the S&M factory was
I
in the
made
house,
whips.
and these fucking like Puerto Rican kids came around and they were teasing us in like the weakest, douchiest way. But we were little pussies, and these kids came around and were teasing us, and we didn't know how to push back against them, and we got scared. So I went inside. I told my mommy, these kids are bugging me, and she's like, "What?" And she grabs this fucking whip, this like rubber like cat o' nine tails made out of these rubber
I
straps,
became
and comes
deranged.
screaming out of the fucking
You're
door
fucking with my
this
kid?
whip. It was like fucking Freddy Krueger just
That's
came out. I was
awesome,
like,
man.
ah! I was swinging
Yeah,
this
yeah,
whip.
I was so deranged.
And these fucking kids
I really
booked up
was
the
like
fucking
Freddy
block,
Krueger.
which was great, but I never learned how to fight my own battles.
Well, you managed.
I
to
managed
evade
somehow.
battles.
I've been in a handful of fights, and I've just
Yeah, and
avoided
At
violence
this
almost
point,
my
it's
whole life.
stupid. At this point, it's stupid, you know? Now it's just better to not engage in that type of stupidity.
Oh God. You
Hey,
want
it's
our
looking
beer?
like we're seeing some action over here at the fucking chopping block. All right, it's time for Let's Eat. Boom, and then a song comes on. And then it plays. Where the napkins? I'm gonna pass this down to my producer, who's off camera. Part of the deal is he gets $1 million and a free meal, and everything's been going great. The show is produced by roamingstudio.com, right? My Roaming Studio. We have an off-camera guy who's doing all the mics and the fucking cameras and shit like that. And he's been with me through the fucking struggle of taking this from a fucking idea to some overblown, bloated, self-indulgent television program to the streamlined and effective machine you're consuming today.
How often are you gonna put this show out?
I hope to have an episode out every week.
So it'll come out consistently every week.
I imagine so. I mean, we've been stacking episodes. Like, if anybody who's been following the show to any degree thus far may have noticed that we're all wearing the same fucking clothes 3 weeks in a row. And that's because we never change and we never shower. That's not because we shoot episodes in groups. But that being said, you know, part of the success of having a good podcast is being consistent. Like, one of the reasons why Toy Lords of Chinatown is such a failure is that it only comes out like whenever.
You're such a perfectionist.
No, it's not that. Does that shit look perfect to you? What do you think of the taco?
This shit is amazing.
Tell us, what's amazing about it?
It's tangy as fuck. It's got pineapples. It's got cilantro.
Where the fuck is mine?
That's a mango. Word. It's amazing.
Cosby, eat your fucking food and shut up.
I can't.
Why?
I can't eat anything.
Why? Are you on a diet?
Cut a hole in his mouth. Cut a hole in the fucking mouth.
Go off
and
camera and eat your fucking food, and let's get on
And then
with
and
this.
then what? I gotta review it.
Eat your food and then come back and review it. Yeah, you have to review it. Go sit over there and review your fucking food. Eat your food, and I'll get back to you when I'm ready for you.
Morgan, do you have one?
Okay, thank you. Give me one.
What's in the sauce?
Honey.
It's in there. Chicken's tender. Not too greasy.
They cooked it on the steel grill too.
I think it's great you do this like kind of family dinner thing
Complex
on your show.
flavor.
Yo,
Level 2 is over. It's a predominantly sweet taste, which is fine. But yeah, I think this is pretty great. I mean, I like fruit with meat in general. I like the sweet, fresh rawness with the smoky, meaty, chewy contrast. Cilantro gives it a nice green, nice little color. Little color. It's tropical. I feel like I'm on like a fucking like a Tahitian island about to get my dick sucked by like a nice round brown girl.
Woo!
You know, that's how I feel eating this shit. I wish that were the case.
Like
Instead, I was
Gauguin,
gonna, yeah.
right?
Exactly. Really, I'm gonna jerk off to fucking bondage gangbang videos when you guys leave. So
Can I go home now?
no,
Here.
thanks, Mom.
It was great.
What do you think? Tell us your opinion in the mic.
It's delicious. As you said, it's tangy but sweet.
And
It's like nothing you ever had, right?
So
then the
good.
bean sprouts give it a nice space. You know what I mean? It gives them some space in
Nice
there.
word to use in describing food. I like that. All right, man. So this is pretty good. You're gonna have to do this every single time. You're gonna have to fucking make something that fucks everyone's face up.
I could come through and cook something next time.
Something.
Hell yeah.
What are you gonna make? Meatballs,
What do you mean? Don't
marinara?
tell me like that. Like, what are you gonna make? Well, I could make that.
What
That
you
could
got?
possibly be something I make.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure
I make a great breakfast burrito too.
it'd be fine to like.
I
have
make
some
an
guest
amazing
chefs.
breakfast burrito. There's her mic. Yeah.
You're sitting on my mouth.
I was not sitting on any microphone.
Well,
Honey ginger chicken taco.
I do not sit on microphones.
ginger
No,
Only
ma'am.
if they
Chicken taco.
vibrate.
Not even if they vibrate.
really?
No.
Do you
I mean,
like?
yes, really.
Do you like sticking vibrating things in your ass area?
No, I don't think so. man.
Really?
No.
Never done it.
I just, like, I don't really roll that way.
Which
know,
way is that?
Which way is that?
The way of, like, guys sticking things in
You
their own
don't
ass.
have a
What if it-
sensitive.
That type of way.
Your nerve endings are not sensitive in that area.
It's just I wasn't raised like that,
Oh, but-
you know?
I guess I was.
Yeah, you were raised like that. I wasn't.
yeah, Morgan.
I wasn't
Don't
raised like
stick
that.
things up your ass whenever you
I've
want.
been-
Just
Hey.
don't expect me
I
to
don't
get
mind-
them
I don't
out.
He
mind
said,
a little-
Mom,
I don't
go
mind a
down to
little
the
one.
store, get me a new butt plug. And she'd go get him a new butt plug. That's just
I
not
know
how.
I'd make
that's
the
not
butt
how
plug.
she would
You
make
don't.
one for
I
him
make
special.
them. I used
He
to
started
make
out with
them.
very small ones, and then
No,
they got
we
big
started
as and
with
got
the big
older.
ones.
I'm still using the butt plug, the small butt plug.
My house just wasn't like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I know, and I feel bad for you. I feel like
Yeah,
one of the
you know,
greatest disservices, like
It's my loss.
that has been done to the men of this country,
it's my
is
loss.
is
They didn't have
made them to feel shameful about their own anal sensuality.
Yo, it's cool
To
for
put
you,
it in
man.
such
I'm
a
happy
term.
for you, bro.
I'm just saying, you should explore it.
so I'm glad you like
It's liberating.
I hear. I mean, they've written about things like that in magazines.
Yes, they have.
Morgan,
The
did
girls'
you-
magazines
did you
tell them to
once
do that
say-
shit, then you'd be like,
Did
yo,
you
chill.
once post
And they'd be like,
up-
yo, but the
hey,
magazine
on
said.
Twitter, you once posted man ass is the new pussy.
Yeah, I was being somewhat ironic. Thank you for knowing my Twitters from like 10 years ago.
Oh, I
but-
spy on
Wait,
his
what was it?
Twitter.
What did it say?
Man ass is the new pussy.
But
And then
no,
he,
that was I was
He was
It was
just
in
being-
reference to something that was happening at the moment, and it
What was
wasn't.
happening at
And
that
then I
moment?
called him up and I said, really?
What was happening?
I was
That was in
I
reference
was
to.
fucking
He was
drunk.
just being smart.
I was being smug. No, because by saying that man-ass meaning, like, I would replace vagina in my life with a man's asshole, and that's not what I would do. Nothing, not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's not my flavor. And I think, you know, most straight guys, even in this day and age of all the acceptance, you know, with gay people, most straight guys are still really sensitive about being considered to be gay. And they associate taking any pleasure from their asshole sexually as making them gay.
It's not taking things up the ass.
Yeah, so it's-
being passive is the taboo.
Is it?
Yeah, for a man to be passive
And to be receptive.
or to be receptive or to be had. Blowjobs are one thing because, you know, she's down there and at your knees or whatever. But to take it up the ass is like being passive. And that is the taboo. Men are not supposed to be passive.
Okay,
And then that's what they're afraid
Okay.
I
of.
think she's absolutely right.
maybe, but the thing is, if it's a woman sticking her finger up your ass, is that the same thing as another
gateway.
man?
It's a
top-
Only if you
gateway.
say, if you
a
order
gateway drug.
you have to direct it.
Next thing you know, there's
No,
not a
you
woman
give her
finger available.
directions.
There's a guy
Well,
with
the
his
thing
finger,
is,
and you're
to
like,
be
ah,
honest-
what's the difference?
Okay, it's
I'm not
time-
against this shit. And if I was gay, I would be mad rock and roll about it, like the New York Dolls.
But the
and
thing
shit.
is,
I
it
would
doesn't make
Yeah.
you
I'd be
gay.
prancing
Like,
down the fucking Bowery.
but the thing is,
in
that's-
In a
platform
dress and
shoes
a
and
beard.
glitter pants.
But that's
and
the
I'd be awesome
problem,
and
though.
rock and roll about it. But I'm just,
being into
that's
your
not my
ass doesn't
thing.
make you gay, and that's like
That's
the great
right.
disservice that's been done because
It's
it's
a
like
gay
the physiology of it is the
The
penis.
physiology.
The penis is a complicated organ. And it's
And
very
which is-
sensitive, and it has a lot of
his
receptive
own all
areas.
his life.
And it just so happens that some of the key glandular and sort of more, you know, stimulating aspects of the penis is located inside the body. It's like the penis is a single organ, and there's sensitive spots. There's like the Y spot, there's under the tip, there's at the base, there's the grundle. Everyone likes having their grundle play with, but then once you get up in the ass, where that's like where the prostate gland is, which is also a nerve end center, that all creates a sort of circular flow of sexual stimulation in your cock, and by leaving out the bottom part of it, you're sort of depriving yourself of a more complete orgasm.
He couldn't have said it better.
I'm not arguing with you. I mean, you sound
I
like
got
you
the
know
science
what you're
behind
talking
me, motherfucker.
I mean,
So
you
you
know-
can say what you want.
Morgan likes to have things shoved up his
And
head.
that's been in like Cosmo magazine for the past 15
We'll
years.
send
at
him to
least.
Rikers
I'm
Island.
just saying, I don't like sticking shit up my ass because it's painful, but I like to sort of just sit on something that's vibrating while I'm jerking off. That's what I like to do.
Oh, well, that's
Because I just get the
That's-
But
vibrations.
then what happens is now you can't do it without the thing, right?
I could do
Did you
anything.
become
anytime.
desensitized now? Like without something in your ass, you can't come?
No,
Pass these days?
no, not specifically. It's,
He only does it on special occasions.
I can come
like
from
his
all
birthday?
kinds.
And Christmas.
If I'm in the
Christmas
mood.
Eve, he's
If
sitting on
I'm
her
in the
egg.
mood.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Hey, you want another taco?
Do you? All right,
Sure, I
Morgan
love
will
the
Did you
now
get the photo?
shove the tacos.
Because Neil, at the end, we're gonna close the episode
You
out
wanna-
with you
Do you want to
reviewing
sit
your
on
own
that
thing.
beer can when you eat the taco?
No, listen.
I'm not going to be invited back on the show.
No,
am I?
sure you are.
Will. You're the star.
I could say a
Oh,
lot
I
of
love
gross
this shit.
things, but I won't.
Wait,
I kind of like the raggedy look. It's artsy. It's like you did your prints on like some raw Japanese paper, you know.
Right.
The chicken's perfect.
I'm kind of ripped at the
Yeah,
end,
this
you
is
know.
really good, Neil.
He's happy. We're all happy.
Tell you,
I'm still the fucking man. Yeah.
Did you make that sauce from scratch?
Yeah.
Did you now?
Yeah.
Feel good about yourself?
Hell yeah.
they're
Did,
very
did
light.
everybody like it?
Yeah,
it was
they're
good.
very light too. Light on the palate.
Yeah, because you know, like a beef taco, it's like you can feel it's made heavy, you know? You can crush these things, man.
All right, so everybody's fucking happy.
Yay!
This was the super fucking Suck Hour Clubhouse edition. Thanks to everybody who came down. Fucking the Suck Mom, Tone Tank, Cosby 1, Simeon Lipman, and Nasty Neil. My name is the Super Sucklord.
Like
You've been
we don't
listening
know
to-
that.
Yeah, well, you gotta fucking say it over and over again. Yo, we're at the Suck Hour at Suckadelic.com.
Send
if you wanna
money.
Get at us and send us money. You want to sponsor the show?
Buy my
Send
tape.
money.
Everything's all good.
Buy my
He's always
tape.
like-
Buy my tape. TONETANK.NYC.
And
One ups and
we're
one
out.
uppenships.
We're out.